views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Open, the one and only show that opens up the Bronx and the world to you. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. We have a great show lined up for you today. Coming up on today's show, we'll preview a film screening and panel discussion coming to Lehman College to raise education and awareness of dreamers and the challenges they faced. Then it's National LGBT Health Awareness Week, and we'll learn what's being done locally and with the goal to support this cause. Plus, the Universal Circus. Stop the teleprompter. Universal Circus is in New York City for its 25th year, and we'll sit down with one of the masterminds behind this event, and Zeke is here too. It's a unique event. And we'll be joined by the founder of a Bronx tech company for insight and a deeper look into understanding Bitcoin and the world of cryptocurrency. Woo, did you know about that one? You can make a whole lot of money with it too. We'll find out more. After that, we'll sit down with an author and a motivational speaker and discover her journey and healing. And then later on, we'll check out a hip-hop dance program and their community connection. Stay tuned. All this and more is headed your way because we are now open. Oh, they got the claps going on here, the applause. Thank you so much. Welcome back. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee, and you're watching Open, the only live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. Stay connected to us through social media, BronxNet TV. Leading things off, the weekend was big. Hundreds of thousands of people attended the March for Our Lives, the March for Our Lives rally in Washington, D.C. and around the world. And as a matter of fact, it was in 6 of the 7 continents. It was all over the world in response to last month's shooting, the school shooting in Parkland, Florida. They came out, they're spearheading the whole thing. It's going to be big. The crowds, big crowds came from all over the place, especially a number of buses from right in the Bronx. I had the opportunity to attend too, right there in Washington, D.C. Let's take a look at some of the moments from the day.
We want justice. We want justice. We want justice. We want justice. We want justice.
I am feeling very empowered to make a change for once.
Without kids fighting in our age, fighting for what we believe in, there's nothing's gonna change because grown-ups don't want to do what they should do.
I feel like enough is enough, you know? This has been happening for a long time now, and I think we have to put a stop to it.
Whether you're a Latino or an African American from New York City or a white student from the South, too many of our youth across the nation have been affected by gun violence, and it has to stop.
What brings you guys out today? One person.
To march. And gun control.
Never again.
Yeah.
Gun control?
Yes.
Establish change.
Change. Establish change.
It's been going on for too long and we need change.
Gun control. We need it now.
Yeah, the violence just needs to end.
Well, I came here just to feel like a part of something. Just marching with all these people made me feel inspired and empowered. Yeah.
And I have younger siblings and I don't think that they should live in fear with guns in their schools. So
We need to restore peace in the world.
spread the word, get people to register to vote, and vote in November.
Vote, vote, vote.
Be educated. We have to be educated and we have to vote.
Rev up, register, educate, and then vote.
We are here to make a change.
March for Our Lives, big all over the world, especially right there in Washington, D.C. The biggest movers of people, education, religion, and media. Back then, it was just radio, TV, newspaper, magazines, but now social media, and they know how to use it. The big word out there was REV, R-E-V, register, educate, and vote. Register, educate, and vote. We'll take a break, come back with more right here on Open. And welcome back. Hey, you know, on March the 28th, CNN's Desperados, they'll be screening at Lehman College, and we'll get a preview right here. Let's roll it.
DocuFilms presenta Deportados, un documental sobre la vida de personas que perdieron el sueño americano.
Le servía a lo que yo llamo mi país, los Estados Unidos.
Cruzaba gente a Estados Unidos ilegal.
Es como algo nuevo otra vez para mí llegar aquí a México.
¿Cómo yo voy a vivir en un país y él en otro país?
I was born whenever I came into the United States.
DACA may have ended today, but it does not define who I am.
DocuFilms, Deportados.
Desperados are here. They're going to be showing some of that here. We have Ulysses Gonzalez and Jim Carney, professor at Lehman College, and that discussion is going to take place. Tell us more.
Well, the idea for the whole conversation came when some of my students came to me and acknowledged that they were dreamers, and that some of them, you know, a couple of them had DACA protection, but now with the way things are going in Washington, D.C. and the administration, they were truly, truly scared because they were afraid to show their faces and come out. So a representative from CNN was here at Lehman College a couple of weeks ago, and the idea came from that.
Yeah. So, and you're a big part of it.
Well, Professor Carney actually is the one responsible for putting all the thing together, but I've been teaching journalism here at Lehman for a long time, and I always think my responsibility as a journalist and as an immigrant is to tell people how difficult it is to be an immigrant here. And when people who are doing everything right and they're giving back to the country that they're deported, it's like a big issue, and I'm happy to be part of this.
Yeah, we hear a lot about Professor Carney and how well you teach. A lot of students talking about you.
Hopefully good.
Yeah, it's good. They, you know, when people come and say, hey, you know, did you hear what Professor Carney said about this and that?
Yes, he's good.
But how does it feel to be a person in our community always having to look over your back, maybe thinking that somebody's going to come knocking on your door to...
It's horrible. I was asking Jim before if he was an immigrant, but he has experience. He was born in the U.S., but he has experience with his grandparents coming from Ireland.
Yeah.
I came from the U.S. and I came to the U.S. from Peru, and I remember, and this is what I'm thinking. I'm here and I support in this event because I think it's my responsibility to give back to the community, because I know how difficult it is to be a citizen, to become a citizen, and how easy it is just to become illegal immigrants.
I think everybody who came here was an immigrant.
Everybody, yeah, we are all immigrants, yes. But
my mother's from Naples, Italy, and my father's from the South, but where did they really come from? Everybody came here.
Yes.
You know, so it's really, really tough, and a lot of people are concerned. I remember visiting one of the schools in Far Rockaway, and it was a gathering where people. It was a career day.
Mm-hmm.
But the ICE vehicle was outside, and so a lot of those people stayed away. They were missing in action.
What?
Because they were afraid.
Yeah, it's a big difference. So that the problem with what we're going through now is like a lot of, especially the dreamers. So we have to deal with our students who are dreamers, and we are sorry, but we cannot do much. And one thing we can do is to try to. This CNN person from CNN Español was a couple of weeks ago, and she said you have to be outraged because what is going on. You have to be outraged. It's horrible. They're like taking people who have been living all their lives here, and they don't have another country. This is their country, and they are trying to send them away. Yeah, and that's why we're showing this and trying to.
So we're going to show it. What
this is a documentary called Deportados, or the Deported, that CNN aired late last year, but they customized it for us here in the Bronx to talk about dreamers. We're going to screen the documentary on Wednesday night. That's the 28th of March. And then following that, there's going to be a panel discussion, including Congressman Espaillat, who himself was born in the Dominican Republic, first Dominican-born congressman. We'll also have representatives from Kathy Reyes, who's the senior vice president of CNN, and one of the producers, Jose Huguerra Lopez,
I
who's
like
the Mexican
it.
Institute.
He's doing well with his
Very good.
accent.
The Spanish is excellent.
Ulysses will be the journalist on the panel, and also Francisco Aquina Ramirez, who is a dreamer himself.
Sure, sure.
So they'll be discussing the entire issue in front of a live audience. One thing I do want to say, though, is Lehman is a sanctuary campus. You mentioned the ICE being outside.
Yeah.
Anyone coming to this, it's open to the public, but anyone coming to this need not fear about being on campus, because Lehman itself is a sanctuary campus, and I mean, we'll do everything to make sure that people can come, get information, take information away about how they can either help themselves and their family, or how they can help in general spread the word about what needs to be done to change the laws and allow the DACA students at least to be able to stay in this country.
Why was this campus chosen? Because of the sanctuary?
It's CUNY.
CUNY.
It's a CUNY policy where, and it is amazing. I mean, there are students who came up to me who don't have accents. They may have a Latino surname, but they've confided in me and said, I'm illegal. I probably can't get a job after I get my degree. And it's really heartbreaking.
I have a few students that they were here since they were 2 or 3 years old, and they're now they're facing this threat of being sent back to their countries, but this is their country. And actually, something we have to point out is like these people made a deal with the U.S. government.
Yes.
Doesn't matter who was the president. They made a deal, and now they're breaking that deal and threatening it like they cannot do anything, and that's horrible. That's outrageous. That's my responsibility to say this, repeat that every time I can, that this cannot happen.
Okay, what can we expect to take away from this that night?
I think, first of all, a better understanding of who these people are. These are not, strange people lurking in alleyways. These are.
They're not bad hombres.
They're not bad hombres.
No.
They are not only the clerks and the maids in the hotels and stuff like that. They are the well-educated. There are doctors and lawyers and professionals who are caught up in this that are contributing to American society. Taxpayers, they pay lots of taxes. And people need to know that, so they'll come away with that understanding and information.
Where can we go for more information on what's coming up?
The website, the link is up at the Lehman website. If you go to the Lehman website, it comes up as one of the banners there with the specific information. Also, you can write to an email address, which is CNN Deportados, or Deportados, with my American accent, at lehman.cuny.edu.
You did better than me. Yeah, sure.
So it's
CNN
Deportados at lehman.cuny.edu.
CNN Deportados at lehman.cuny.edu.
And it's this Wednesday night, the 28th, at 7 o'clock on campus in the music building at the Love and Juliet.
Any last words?
Well, I hope everybody who lives in the Bronx, who feels affected or feels they can do something for Dreamers, show up, and we would like to have a conversation with them.
Say it in Spanish.
A todos los amigos que están viendo Open y que crean que pueden hacer algo para los Dreamers, que queremos tanto, que vengan el día miércoles y a ver si podemos hacer algo por ellos y ayudarlos.
All right. Deportados screening at Lehman College Wednesday. Ulysses Gonzalez, give him a big round of applause, everybody. Lecturer at Lehman College. And Jim Carney, the professor at Lehman College. Thank you guys so much. Always a pleasure seeing you.
It's good
and
seeing
good
you,
luck
Bob.
with
Thank you,
everything.
Doctor.
Okay. All right, we have to take a quick break, but stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Open next.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. The National LGBT Health Awareness Week kicks off today, and our next guests, they join us for a look at their programs to support this. We welcome Jennifer Raefsky, and also their partners in care. Rhonda Soberman is here too, visiting Nurse Services of New York. We welcome you guys to the show.
Thank you for having us.
So we're here. This is it.
This is it. Well, it's a special week today, and aside from the fact that it's your birthday, happy birthday.
Oh,
we
thank you.
wanted to talk a little bit about National LGBT Health Awareness
I forgot it was my
Month.
birthday, but go ahead.
And we have one of these little LGBT pride pins.
Well, thank you so much.
like to
Thank
wear
you.
it.
Thank you very much.
So we're concerned about LGBT seniors in particular because we know that from past experience of stigma and other types of fear of violence and other things, that many of these people are at risk of not accessing the care they need. And Visiting Nurse Service of New York has done an amazing job in trying to bring together programs and services that can really meet the needs of LGBT seniors in their home. Our whole focus is on helping people to remain safely and securely in their home and community and providing the services in spaces where they feel safe.
Let's talk about the stigma. How does that affect our seniors?
Well, many of these individuals have a fear of social acceptance. They grew up in a time where there was far less acceptance than there is today. This is much of their adolescence and early adult life where they were faced with prejudice, discrimination. And so it makes them weary of accepting help. You can imagine even having someone you don't know coming into your home to deliver a care, they're less likely to accept that kind of care. And then from a healthcare institutional standpoint, up until 1973, homosexuality was considered a mental disorder. And it wasn't until 2013 that transgender status was removed as gender identity disorder. So when you think about all of these past transgressions, it causes this particular population to be less likely to seek out health care because of all of the stigma that's been associated with it for so long.
And why the main focus on seniors?
Well, we feel seniors are most at risk at this point. For those who have gone through HIV and AIDS, they are long-term survivors, and now they are faced with the same chronic health care issues that seniors reach at this point in their life, and they are less likely to reach out for help and for support, and that puts them in great danger of ending up in the places that they don't want to be, either running back and forth to hospitals and emergency rooms or being institutionalized. So we really want seniors to understand that VNSNY has made a safe space so that they can get the care that they need in their home and remain in their community and be the best that they can be.
And you know, we have an audience looking at this for the first time. They say, wow, we have help? I didn't know. I thought it was this and that, and I thought it was so complicated. Tell them how, give us some steps on how they can get involved.
Well, first of all, on our website, vnsmy.org, we have a LGBT page that people can access and understand some of the things that we're trying to do. But mostly, people need to know that at different points in their life, they may need some intermittent care, just a short-term intervention of healthcare services, or maybe they have a chronic illness and they need ongoing chronic care services. And then there are times in their life, it may be towards the end of life, where they need a lot of support in order to make that more comfortable and caring for themselves or for a loved one. So we're here at all those phases in life to really help people transition from one to the other. They don't need to know exactly what kind of care they need. All they need to know is to call us and we will help them.
That they do have the care that they need.
That care is available, and we'll help them figure out what's the right care for this moment in time and help them through that process.
Jennifer, how did you get involved? How did you know that this is what you wanted to do, help others get what they need out of life?
Well, at Partners in Care, we've been part of the Visiting Nurse Service of New York for the last 125 years, and we're committed to creating an environment that's welcoming and bias-free. And we know that people want to stay in the community, and it's so important that the services that are offered are services that they are going to be able to accept and feel comfortable and be able to grow in their home and be safe and stay there. And so at Partners, we understood that we employ over 10,000 home health aides. So these are individuals that are out in the community every day working with these patients. And we want to make sure that all of these patients get the empathy, the courtesy, and respect that they deserve and get the best care possible.
I love the work that you guys are doing, and I'm glad that you're here creating the awareness, letting people know that there is a place that people can call on and get help.
Exactly. Our founder, Lillian Wald, 125 years ago, founded the Visiting Nurse Service of New York with that goal of helping people to remain safely and successfully in their community. And we are pleased to be able to follow that tradition with all the programs and services we provide through our organization.
And where can people go to get more information, and how can they get involved in your services?
Well, as I said, we have a website, vnsmy.org, or they can call us at 212-609-7500, and there's always somebody available to be able to take their call and explain the services we have and help them to understand where they would best fit in. It's all about choices. And
as the private pay affiliate of the Visiting Nurse Service of New York, we can be reached by phone at 1-889-GET-HELP.
1-889-GET-HELP.
Yes, and we've trained all of our home health aides through the SAGE organization, which is an LGBT advocacy group for seniors. And it was really important for us to not only help the aides to understand the sensitivity and the unique needs of this population, but be able to care for them in a way that they feel welcomed. And our services are customizable. All of our aides are supervised by a registered nurse who sits down and creates a customized plan of care for the patient and their family. Excellent. And service can be short-term, it can be intermittent, it can be round the clock, so there's great flexibility with our service offerings, and we're always happy to help, and we're just a phone call away.
Well, thank you for your services, and I'm glad you're there, and thank you for the pin.
You're very welcome.
Thank you very much. Give them a big hand, everybody. Rhonda Soberman, LCSW, VNSNY. She's a program developer with the program development. And I'm not going to say your name wrong. I'm going to say it right. Jennifer Rayevsky.
Yes,
yeah, very good.
Of course, if you look at it, it says something else. But thank you guys for coming. So thank you very much.
Thank you for having us and giving us an
having us.
opportunity to let people know about what we do.
You're always welcome. Come back again.
We will.
Okay.
Thank you
so much. We have to take a quick break, but stay right there. We'll be right back.
Why don't you ever see elephants hiding in trees? Because they're really good at it. Yeah, I get it.
And welcome back. Hey, you know the Universal Circus is back in town, made its way back to New York City, and it's in its 25th year. I remember when they first came to the radio station, they were doing plays and things like that, and they were promoting other things. They said, hey, we have this idea. We want to do a circus. Everybody said, huh? Well, joining us with all the information and to share what we can expect, we have the ringmaster sidekick, Zeke. Zeke is in the house.
What's up, Dr. Bob?
It's always a pleasure to see you.
How you doing, sir?
Do you still have the bobblehead dolls?
Yeah, we still got them. We still got them. We don't have more sale, of course, but I may talk to them and bring them back out.
Yeah, we have fun every time we meet up every year.
Yes.
You know, you guys come to town. Now, the circus travels all over the place, right?
Yes, we travel average about 20 cities. We go from the middle of January all the way to the end of November. This year we're blessed, since this is our 25th year anniversary, we have 2 tours that's going around.
Cool.
Yes, 2 tours.
It's
a hot item and everybody wants it.
You have a twin?
Do I have a twin? No. I wish I could clone myself and be in 2 places at one time.
Yeah.
But we have a good entourage of people over there holding that down.
Yeah.
That's what we call the Beast Show. They're down in Miami. I think they're going to Tampa this year. But we're here holding it down for the big tri-state area.
Wow, 25 years.
25
we kicked it off Friday in Roy Wilkins Park, and we'll be there until about the 22nd of April, right?
Well, we're in Roy Wilkins Park until Sunday, which is the 8th, and then we move it to Floyd Bennett Field in in Brooklyn. We go over there until the 29th, and then of course we take it to Newark and Mount Vernon and on and on and on and on.
All right, there we go. All right,
Yes,
so
yes.
Roy Wilkins Park now.
Roy Wilkins Park to the 8th, and then the 11th we start at the Floyd Bennett Field. We're there to the 29th, and then we go over to Mount Vernon, and then we go over to Newark.
Yeah, I always wanted to come in riding on an elephant. And I told her, I said, you know, I'm going to check with the circus to see if I can come in riding on the elephant. And me and Zeke, we both can get up there on the elephant. And then I'm going to climb up the trapeze.
Right.
And swing on the trapeze.
Well, that you could do. New York have a crazy thing about messing with the elephants as far as riding wise. You can take pictures with them, but you're not allowed to ride.
Yeah, that's why I just wanted to get the permission, just to ride.
It's no problem. Speak to your politicians. But it's been a thrill. But I mean, this is kicking off 25 years. It's exciting. New York show love all the time. I mean, y'all second family to us. We've been coming in for so long. Our original ringmaster, Casual Cal.
Yeah,
he is from,
he's back.
He's from New York.
Yeah.
So we, New York always have a connection to us. This was the founding, the first couple of years. Like I say, Casual Cal was from here.
Yeah.
So we did it for the first 12 years together. We got talent from all over the globe. It's international flavors, a gumbo. And you were speaking about the owner and founder. He was a concert promoter. And stuff like that. So he used to come to the radio station and promote the concerts.
Right.
Well, him and Cal came up with the idea of taking your traditional style circus and putting a little soul flavor to it. And voila.
I was in that first meeting. Yeah.
And voila, here we are 25 years later counting. No one never knew it would be to this.
Wow.
To this
so
brand.
what can people expect when they come to the circus?
Well, like I said, this year the 25th year, so we've added a whole lot of new acts. We got acts from Cuba. We got acts from Chile. We got our dog acts, which is called the Alate dogs.
Yeah, I saw that.
You saw them. They do awesome things. We got a trampoline act. These brothers and sisters out of Cuba. We have a high wire act. That's the Willie family from Colombia, South America. And of course, we have the horse act.
Yeah.
They're from different combinations, different cities in Africa.
Oh, those guys
These
are very
guys from
talented.
Guinea, South Africa, West Africa. They do awesome things on the horses.
Acrobatics.
You saw the girl that goes up under the horse from one side to the other. I mean, they're doing somersaults. It's just awesome.
And then they get low. They got the.
Yes, that's Trinidad and Tobago. That's our Caribbean girls, the stilt walkers, and the limo dancers.
The limo dancers.
About a foot from the floor.
Yeah, I want to try that.
Yeah,
but I'm not going to go down like this. I'm going to crawl under it like this.
It is awesome. It is awesome. I mean, you never know. They start out young and then they grow up into it. We got.
And it's not just a regular stick. I mean, this thing is on fire.
Yes. A flame going across, and they are an inch from the ground. And the two limo guys, Sterling, he's our limo king. He goes up under it. If anybody know about the Caribbean flavor, I mean, they bright colors, they're awesome. The energy is high. They in Trinidad and Tobago, they do this all year round. So now they're blessed to be with us. We're traveling, USA, doing our thing, and they're one of our highlight acts. Wow. Brooklyn loves them to death. So Brooklyn, y'all get ready.
Yeah, get ready,
they
Brooklyn.
They are coming. Bronx, all the other parts, y'all come on out too, but they got mad love for them.
And then we have the dance contest.
Yes. Oh, we have
the Soul Train line.
It's a classic. Yeah. You can't have the Universal Circus without the Soul Train line. That's where the old school, we call it old school people. They come in and get their boogie on. They may be doing the robot. They may do
That's
the
with
snake.
Audience participation, of course.
Audience participation. And that's also one thing unique about the Universal Circus. Not only we have world-class performers, but you, the audience, become a part of the show. We have the kids dance.
Oh,
you remember them?
It's wonderful.
Okay, we got the kids dance, and of course the classic Soul Train line. And then we have a thing called So You Think You Could Dance, where we get 4 contestants out of the audience. You come center ring and mimic what one of our hosts is, telling you to do. And it's anti.
And that's why ambiance and everything, the sound is right there.
The sound is right
it's
there.
Not
and
like a speaker way down the block in the corner.
It's in a ring. It's in a circle. Every seat is basically good. Box seats, I could actually reach out, touch your hand. You're that close to the audience. You become a part of the show. We feel your love, and we get the love right back.
And that's what you guys do. You get out in the audience, you mingle. I see you giving everybody high fives and all that stuff.
I'm out in the audience. Myself and the ringmaster Lucky, we're out in the audience. We're a part of the show. We're not separate from you. We put the love on and we get the love back. I'm taking pictures with it. Also, I've grown up. I've been there 25 years. So I've grown up to the point where I've seen 3, 4, 5 generations come. The mothers used to bring their kids. Now the kids are bringing their children. And
the kids are bringing their mothers.
Right, and vice versa. And then the guys are bringing their dates. I mean, it's something else. Where else can you go? You got the grandmother, the grandkids, the aunts, the niece, the dad, the daughter, son. Everybody is element of something in this show for everybody.
Everything for the whole family.
It's something for
all
everybody.
under one roof.
Wholesome family entertainment, everything. We go from old school music to the new school music. I mean, where else can you go from a Frankie Beverly and Mays to Applies, or Frankie Beverly and Mays to whatever the latest record out there, do the Nay Nay, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's awesome.
But wait a minute. Do we have the clip of you dancing?
I don't know.
Did we put that clip in there?
I hope they did.
We'll get it the next time.
They got to come to the tent for that.
Come to the circus.
They got to come to the circus for that one.
All right, when are we going to come? We're going to be at Roy Wilkins Park.
Roy Wilkins Park. We're there up until Sunday. We got today off. Today is Monday. And then we kick it back up tomorrow night. Actually, Tuesday morning. We have the morning shows, and then we have the evening shows. 2 shows a day during the week, 3 shows on the weekends. 3 shows Saturday and 3 shows Sunday.
Up until the 8th.
Up until the 8th.
And then we got Floyd
take it
Bennett
to Floyd
Field.
Bennett from the 11th to the 29th. And then, of course, we go over to Mount Vernon, and then we go to Newark. And then we head back down the East Coast.
And is there a website that we can go?
Yes, www.universalcircus.com. www.universalcircus.com. Also, box office on location, each of the locations. Come to the tent, save that service charge. If you want to pay the service charge, go to Ticketmaster and get your tickets there also.
Man, you're the best sidekick in the world. No, you the man.
It's awesome. It's awesome. I mean,
Zeke, everybody, from the Universal Circus.
When I say big top,
you say circus.
Big top
circus.
You the one, baby.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Next time, bring the clowns and all that along with you.
We got friends to clowns.
Good.
We
All
got
right.
them. We got
And
them.
you're always welcome back.
Yes, sir.
We'll take a break and come back with more Universal Circus.
The BronxNet series Get to Know the Bronx has received 2 Emmy Award nominations. Your Bronx is being recognized. The series features exciting facts about your borough's people, places, and history. Visit www.bronxnet.tv to watch your outstanding Emmy-nominated series and get to know the Bronx.
And welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Thank you for having us at the Universal Circus. That was funny. Hey, you know, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, that trading is rapidly growing. It's a rapidly growing industry, sweeping the nation and sweeping the world. The Knowledge House, they work to offer the tools necessary to understand this market, as well as many programs allowing people to learn all different aspects of technology. Here to tell us more is co-founder and Chief Technical Officer Joe Carano. Joe, welcome.
Hey, thank you,
How
Bob.
can we get involved in Bitcoins?
Yeah, so we actually had run a program, well, not a program, it was a 2-day workshop on Bitcoin. The thing about the market right now is there's a lot of speculation. So, you know, the technology, blockchain technology, which is what like underlines Bitcoin and all the other currencies, it can be used for a ton of different things. So people are using it for smart contracts, meaning like a ways to manage digital property rights. People are using it as a straight up currency. People are using it as a way to send money internationally. But different currencies have different attributes and they make them, you know, either more favorable towards investing in or not favorable towards investing in. So we're running a workshop on just understanding the different technologies that are part of these currencies.
Yeah.
To give people, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, just to give people like a broad overview of like what the space looks like.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say the industry, but like what the actual space looks like so that they're able to kind of understand and make the best decisions when they're investing. So that was the goal of that workshop. But we run a ton of different workshops. Some are open to the public and some aren't.
And you have a lot of people that know about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and all that stuff, but there's a lot of people that don't. And you're here to tell us more. But first of all, tell us about the speculation that's out there right now.
Well, you know, there's a fear of missing out with all investments. I mean, if you saw, especially like the end of last year, there was a spike in Bitcoin prices. A lot of people were getting into it for the first time.
Yeah.
That spike has since gone down. You know, the nature of these currencies, especially, or anything that people speculate on, is that, you know, people are going to hear about other people investing.
Well, you hear people like 50 cents and everything becoming, you know, not becoming rich, but making money from it.
I mean, there was definitely a significant increase. But I think anything you invest in, be it a stock, a cryptocurrency or whatever, you got to, you know, do your research and understand what you're actually putting your money into.
Right.
Like, why is that going to be the thing? Because there's hundreds of cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin's the biggest one, but there's a bunch of other ones. So it's like, understand what you're investing in. And, you know, part of our workshop was going through the information, not only about, you know, what they are, like theoretically or conceptually, but also what are the technical differences between different coins that make them either something that you might want to invest in, something you might not want to invest in, ways that they're dealing with.
Technical differences.
Yeah.
In Bitcoin.
So of different
investing.
types of currencies. So I'll give you an example. So there's certain currencies that are encrypted, so you can send money without really anyone knowing where you're sending it.
Yeah.
There's certain currencies that there are transaction fees associated with it. So like Bitcoin is known to have a relatively high transaction fee, which is one of the reasons that people aren't really able to use it as a currency, because it's like, all right, if I'm gonna send you $5, right? But I gotta pay $3 to send you $5. I'm not gonna send you that $5 in Bitcoin, right?
Not worth it.
Yeah, but there's new currencies coming out and ways of like dealing with that problem, and even Bitcoin making changes to their product or their platform to allow them to lower their transaction fees or increase the time it takes for a transaction to complete, so you don't got to wait 10 minutes to get your money. It'll happen immediately. So people are rushing towards that goal of getting a currency that is going to be able to send money immediately with either no fee at all or a very small fee. Because that would essentially mean that you won't need a Western Union anymore. If you want to send money to another country, you just shoot it across the internet, essentially.
Yeah.
Right.
And nobody knows anything about it. I mean, there's no tracking or.
It depends. Certain coins are encrypted, meaning that there is no real way to know. Money comes in, money comes out, but it's kind of a black box.
Yeah.
And there's different levels of encryption, right? But Bitcoin isn't. Bitcoin, you could see where all the money goes. It's on a ledger.
It's publicly traded?
Well, it's publicly like marked on a ledger, which is what the blockchain is, with the technology that underlies it.
Where did it all come from? Give me a little history.
So I believe it started in 2008. There was a guy named Satoshi. No one knows who he actually is, and he essentially released a white paper, like a research paper, talking about like ways to disrupt the financial industry, to decentralize financials, basically. So right now, banking institutions, financial institutions kind of act as the hub in like the financial industry, basically.
Yeah.
This is kind of a way of taking that, the handling of transactions, verifying of transactions, and distributing it across a network so no one institution could kind of control it. That was the initial idea.
Yeah.
Now, the banking industries are investing in it. Companies are investing in it for logistical purposes. So, everyone's trying to make money off of it right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of a hot space to be in.
Where is it right now as far as, is it at its
down.
peak or is it coming down a little bit?
It went down.
As far as investing?
It went down for Bitcoin. These are all different currencies. So some are up, some are down. It's like the stock market. Different stocks are up and down.
Yeah.
But right now, Bitcoin, which is the biggest, did spike around December and has gone down since then. It's still, I believe it's about 9,000 right now.
Yeah.
But at one point it was like almost at 20,000.
And what is the Knowledge House doing?
So the Knowledge House is so we're a nonprofit. We're based in Hunts Point, but we do citywide programs. So essentially, we do introductory and advanced technology education for low-income New York City residents for free. So essentially, we run programs in schools, out of schools, CBOs, whatever. We also have our own in-house programs that we run to basically train people on the skills, not only to understand the industry itself, but to focus in on a specific part of it. So like, for example, if they want to develop phone apps, we have a track for that. If they wanted to get into data science, like statistical analysis or like trading algorithms and stuff like that, we have a track for that. We have an initiative called the Bronx Digital Pipeline, BXDP, where we partner with colleges. We're actually partnered with Lehman. We're trying to do some virtual reality testing stuff in here. We're partnered with Hostos Community College for a usability testing, so like interface design program. The goal really is to get people from our community into these industries, but also show them how to make money with it. So like if they wanted to start their own business down the line, create products down the line, to be able to do that as well.
Great. Where can we go for more information?
Yeah, so for more information, you could go to knowledgehouse.org. We have a contact form. We're always looking for volunteers to work with our students, so feel free to go to that. To apply for our programs, we have rolling applications, so it's knowledgehouse.org/apply. And then for social media stuff, it's Knowledge House on Instagram and Facebook. And if you want to check out more of our public events, you can go to the Bronx Digital Meetup, because that's where we list all our public stuff at.
Thank you so much, Joe. They're rapping me hard. Yeah. Thank you, Joe. Give Joe a big round of applause, everybody. Joe Carano, co-founder and CTO, the Knowledge House. Thank you very much. We'll take a break. We'll be back. Thank you, Joe.
Thanks.
Thank you. Welcome back. Our next guest is a speaker, author, and coach, and joins us to share her story and journey toward healing. We welcome Dawn Breeden to the show. Dawn, welcome.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bob. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm glad you're here too, because you not only have a book, you're an author and you're a coach, but you have a deeply rooted story that that you've been going through, and you put it all on paper. You put the pen to the paper.
Yes.
And it was sort of like a therapy for you.
Yes.
Tell us about this story.
I've been speaking now since like 1990, so I could not have told my story in any 4-hour period, so I had to put it in a book.
Yeah.
And literally my story encompasses romance, suspense, intrigue, and murder.
Romance, suspense, intrigue, and murder.
Inspiration, motivation, self-help, and education.
And this is real.
This is real. It's been verified.
Yes.
I've got numerous newspaper articles that have researched and verified my story. So yes, it's been verified.
Yeah.
And just going through, I had to make sure the first thing, and that's why the name of my book is called Remember to Breathe, the first thing I had to learn to do was breathe. Because when we go through a crisis or a tragedy, it literally takes our breath away.
Yes.
And while
sometimes you don't really know what you're going through while you're in it.
No, you don't. No, you don't. But the most important thing is not to let it overwhelm you. And most importantly, while breathing is involuntary, ours becomes fragmented and short.
Yeah.
So
you start
literally,
noticing your breathing.
Absolutely.
And that's an indication that there's a situation, there's a problem.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So literally, one of the things I talk about when I talk about murder was my son's father killed my son.
Oh my
and
God.
When my son was on life support, I literally was waiting with bated breath while they did all the tests to see if there was any brain activity. And as they did the last test, I was sitting there praying and just hoping that he would give us a sign, but he didn't.
So
and
it
I
was
literally fell to the floor.
Your husband and your son.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
He poisoned him with cyanide and ammonia. And the police were literally right outside the bedroom door. So the police literally picked my son up and rushed him to the hospital. And unfortunately, because they can't smell cyanide, they weren't able to antidote it. And my son was on life support for 2 days. So going through that, literally when my friends picked me up off the floor, I just said to myself, I just need to breathe.
Yeah.
That's all I could do. Don't think, just breathe.
And what was the reason for that? What took place before that poison?
I'm a domestic violence survivor. So many times people thought that he was going to hurt me and not him. He did attempt to slit my throat that same day. And I was actually at the hospital when they brought him in. But I just saw this blur run through. And I didn't realize that they had my son. My son was 3.5 years old. And just going through that, I knew that I was going to need some help. Because I always say to people, it's okay, get counseling, get help. And that's the first thing I wanted to do was find me a Christian psychologist that would understand what I was going through.
Yeah.
But I knew I was going to get through it, but I knew I was not going to get through it alone. And that's why it's so important that we always find someone to talk to.
And of course, this prompted you to put the pen to the paper. You
Yes.
said, I have to do something about this.
Yes.
Did you get the therapy?
Yes, I did.
This is the
Absolutely.
therapy?
No, therapy was first. Therapy was first, and ironically, I was 1 week pregnant with my second son. Different father. So my second son is now 21.
Yeah.
And he is now HIV negative. So I was diagnosed while I was pregnant with my first son. And all the while I've been speaking, I always said, I think my son's father was negative. And when a newspaper reporter was researching my story, she found out that he actually lied. He was positive. So I didn't know that I had gotten it from him.
Yeah.
So when I talk about remembering to breathe, the next thing I talk about is faith and perseverance. Because we have to learn to put one foot in front of the other. Things are
God
designed.
gave us 2 feet, put 1 foot in front of the other.
Yes.
And step to what you need to do to accomplish what you want.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Things are designed sometimes to take us out, but we have a choice. And I made the choice that I was going to rely on my faith and I was going to move forward. Not an easy decision to make, but I just knew. And then sometimes I just had to sit back, relax, and breathe.
This is big. I'm glad you came through it. This is a big help. Where can we go for more information on your book and your story?
Dawn Breeden, B-R-E-E-D-O-N.
Let's call it not history, but her story.
Yes, that's her story.
Yeah.
Dawn Breeden, BREEDON.com. My email is dawn@dawnbreeden.com. And my next speaking engagement, most of the time I don't have public speaking engagements, but my next one is actually April 23rd at the Women's Rights Information Center in Englewood, New Jersey. And that will be April 23rd at 6 p.m.
DawnBreeding.com.
Yes.
Give Dawn a big round of applause, everybody. Speaker, author, and coach. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you so much.
And I'm glad, that you're
and
putting
this
everything
is
out.
for you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I will read it and cherish it. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Right, good luck to you. We have to take a quick break, but stay tuned. We'll be right back with more. And our next guests are from H+, the Hip Hop Dance Conservatory, and they join us for a look at their work and all the wonderful things that they do in our community. They have some wonderful programs. We welcome founder and artistic director Shafi Thomas, and as well as operations and educational director Iwan Chow. Welcome to the show, you guys.
Thank you for having us.
So, we're doing some wonderful things out there, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Tell us about it. Let everybody know.
Well, the Hip Hop Dance Conservatory, we're an NGO. Last time we were here with you, which was, wow, that was like almost a decade ago, right?
10 years ago.
Yeah. So a lot has happened in that time. But yeah, we're an NGO now, and it's we're an international organization. So we went from, Bronx to Harlem to now international.
Yeah.
So,
from Bronx to Harlem to Bronx and Harlem, now international.
Yes, sir.
That's a good route.
Yes, sir.
How does it feel?
Sir. It feels really good. We've opened our capacity to be able to provide more services to the community. So we are split up into 6 pillars. You want to explain the 6 pillars?
Yeah, sure. So we have pedagogy, which is the education. That's like the foundation of everything.
Pedagogy.
Yes,
pedagogy, yeah. Then we move to repertory. That's a lot of the theater work that we do. Advocacy, which are campaigns promoting like dancer, like wellness and empowerment. Medical research, infrastructure, and design.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are in deep.
Yes, AKA all the things dancers need to be sustainable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
And so you guys are dancing all over the world.
Yes.
And teaching those things or creating the awareness about them.
Yes. Exactly.
Some of the things that we come with. When we not only dance, but when it with just more than 2 feet.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what's happening. So it's like, everything started, from the conservatory itself. But then, now we've built it out into actually servicing the community through different initiatives. One of which is Dance Smart, which is our grocery run, our dancer-run grocery supplement program.
Got it.
Where we provide groceries,
What?
free groceries. Yeah,
Wait.
you're a dancer in New York City. You get free groceries once a month, and it's at the end of each month we provide free groceries to dancers.
And we have a spa video.
Well, that's another program. Yeah, spa.
Tell us about that.
Well, that stands for Specialized Physical Therapy and Assessment.
Yeah.
Thank you. And
Specialized Physical Therapy and Assessment.
And that's basically a health and wellness program for dancers. It's, again, free of charge. And it allows people to just come in. They can get acupuncture, massage,
free yoga classes,
all the goodies, all the works.
facials, the whole thing.
Let's take a look.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the remix.
of course, that was a
That-
Dance
that was
Mart
Dance
video.
Mart, yes.
That was Dance Mart. I see they were doing the Uptown Shaking and everything.
Yes. So yeah, but that happens once a month.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, how are you? Wait a minute. And this is the Panda.
This is Panda. This is from Panda Bubble Tea, one of our main sponsors at Dance Smart.
Yeah.
And this is a eucalyptus drink?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
This one's a taro milk tea, but
Taro
you know.
milk tea.
The Panda got a little excited, yeah.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Panda. What's the Panda's name?
Panda Bubble Tea Panda.
Oh, you guys have one too.
Oh, sweet.
Thank
you.
you.
We got some honeydew here. Yeah, so these are some of the kinds of drinks and food that you get at Dance Mart for free.
The healthy stuff, though.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
All healthy stuff.
Everything.
Yeah, refreshing drinks.
So we have stuff for vegans,
Right.
for our meat eaters.
Right.
You know, so it's like we got a lot of different supporters and corporations and stuff that bring all this stuff together.
How important is that? You know, a lot of dancers just go out there. They, they think they know what to do as far as health and eating, healthy living.
Right.
But there's a whole lot to it because
sir.
you can dance and be injured for a long
Yes,
time,
sir.
but you don't want to give up your gig. You want to continue doing what you're doing.
Well, I think a lot of it is mainly about the fact that we don't have availability. So for a lot of dancers, they're just getting what they can. You know, they don't often have the money to be able to support the type of healthy eating that they need. So it's about us, kind of trying to fill that gap, while also then being able to go to Capitol Hill and talk about the needs of dancers.
If I get up and dance, will you pimp my style?
Oh, that was nice. Good segue.
Yeah, we will be your personal paparazzi for sure. Yeah, so Pimp My Style is a new pro bono media service that we have for dancers.
Yes.
They get free headshots, free dance resume creation, and free dance video creation as well.
All right.
So, another challenge that dancers have, being able to represent themselves, in the best way possible and get their name out there, get their brand out there,
So
and
we
get
provide it
all
all
those
for
gigs.
free.
Now let's check out the Pimp My Style video.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Fresh, looking like wealth. I'm about to call a paparazzi on myself.
Oh, y'all pimping my style?
Yes, sir.
That's how it
Did
looks.
you see
That's
that
how it
move,
looks.
though?
Yes.
Off camera, did you see that move? Can you do that? It was part of a moonwalk and a double flip and a split.
Exactly. All of it.
So you have all these wonderful... What are you doing?
He's getting
you got the song.
ready to pimp your style,
So
what I'm
wait a
saying?
minute. So you have all these things
Right.
ready for that dancer, that
Yes.
performer.
Right.
Not every company does that, and not everybody is
No one
prepared
does
to
that.
receive all of that.
Yes, sir.
Very true.
What
yeah.
will this do in helping that performer?
Yeah.
What we're hoping is that it'll create a shift, kind of like a disruptive shift in how performers are treated across the nation and then hopefully across the world.
Right. Like setting the standard and the bar higher for dancers.
Yeah,
Right.
because I think that dancers are athletes, right? So the objective is to give them the same quality care that athletes receive, but they
Hopefully they won't get hurt as much. They won't
Right.
sprain that
Exactly.
ankle
Or they can recover
preventative
faster.
medicine,
Right.
So it's like that starts, like I was saying, that starts with spa, but then from spa we're having an ambulance service, from the ambulance service to an actual medical clinic,
Right.
from the medical clinic to the hospital, and then from the hospital, teaching hospital, and from the hospital to
It's like
the medical
complete
research
healthcare,
facility.
too.
Exactly.
Healthy eating, healthy living,
Yes,
healthcare.
sir.
Yes.
So that all the
Dancer,
bases are
pimp my
covered.
moves.
So that they don't have to worry, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so dancers don't have to worry, you know? It's
So you
like,
got all this coming up. What's next? I mean, you have something coming up?
Yeah, we have Dance Mart coming up, the event Saturday, March 31st.
This
this Saturday. Spa, the launch is on World Health Day, Saturday, April 7th, and Pimp My Style is all year long, so they can sign up all year long.
See, I gotta watch it with you guys, because you're gonna pimp my style. When I get out of my car, I got some steps and moves.
Yes, sir.
Where can we go for more information on what you guys are doing?
www.hdcny.org.
Can you hit us with some moves before you go?
The panda can. Where's the
panda
panda?
can.
Where's our panda?
The panda can hit us with some moves?
Panda, 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 hey.
That's the Uptown Shake with a bunch of stuff.
Yes, sir.
There you go. All right.
Thank you, panda.
All
Let's
right.
go, panda bubble
you.
tea.
What's the website?
www.hdcny.org.
And you are?
Safi Thomas.
And Yvonne Chow.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you,
so
brother.
much.
The name of the dance company is?
The Hip Hop Dance Conservatory, H+.
I'm letting you guys say it. Get involved. Pimp my moves. Thank you so much. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today's show. I would like to thank you, our guests, for tuning in and checking it all out. You, our viewer, for tuning in. And if you missed any part of today's show, where you can tune into the recablecast of Open at 5 and 10 p.m. or you can watch anytime on the web at BronxNet.org, or you can catch an all-new episode Wednesday at 10 a.m. with our host, Darren Jaime. For all of us here at BronxNet, have a great and enjoyable day, and I'll see you on the radio. 107.5 WBLS tonight, right after the Quiet Storm.
Yes, sir.
Always remember this: what you are is God's gift to you, and what you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice, and let your choice control the chooser. And remember, whether you say you can or you can't, either way, you're right. I'm Dr. Bob Lee. Have a great day. Catch you another day, another way. Peace.